Blessings, beloveds. Welcome back. Anastasia, Cosmic Astrologer with you guys. And today's topic is the secondary progressed new moon that occurs after your birth. This is a very, very powerful chart to look at. It's a very powerful technique. And it essentially describes a 30-year sub-theme to your life. So it's very, very important. It's quite involved in understanding. Naturally, you need to have a very good understanding of astrology to be able to work with these principles. So for those of you that are beginners, this might be, a little bit challenging to grasp, but nevertheless, if you are pursuing, the path of learning astrology, then this will come to use at some stage because you will learn about this as your astrology learning continues to grow. So for those of you that are more advanced, this is something that you could really explore now. And even for those of you that are not, it's something to start considering and understanding. Okay, so by the way, I just wanted to mention that I'm in the process of just starting to create an online course. I'm going to create several courses. Obviously, that's going to take quite some time. But the first course I'm going to create is probably going to be around about 10 weeks or so. It's sort of a making in the process. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated, and it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be fantastic. And I know that you guys will get a lot out of it, even for those of you that already have an understanding of the archetypes and so forth. It's still going to be very, very valuable because I'm going to really give some gems that I think are, not actually accessible in a lot of the books. So I've got a lot to offer. So for those of you that are interested in studying with me, just letting you know that I'm just in the process of beginning to get my head around how to create all this. The content is there. It's just a matter of setting it all up online, etc. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm excited because I'm finally taking that step into creating this, and it was just inevitable that was going to be the next step for me. Okay, so getting back to this particular technique. So what I'm going to do is share my screen because it's always very, very helpful to have a visual of what we're discussing. So what I've done is I've just created a random chart, and you can see here the date is for the 17th of May 2019. So it's not a chart of, it could be, probably is, but in terms of is it a chart of somebody? No, it's just a chart I created for today. Okay, so imagine, if you can, that this is your birth chart, okay? So what you can see here is the sun in Taurus down here in the 4th house, and the moon in Scorpio up here in the 10th house. Now, you do need just a couple of things before I show you what I'm about to show you. You need an accurate time of birth, okay, to actually work with this technique and this principle. Now, a lot of people work with rough times, guess times, estimated times, even times that a mother gives. Often that's not actually accurate. Even hospital times can be inaccurate at times. So look, having your chart rectified is very valuable and very necessary as well. So if you find somebody that can rectify it for you, I suggest you have that done. That is something that I do. Those of you that have come to me for a reading are very well aware of that. So you need an accurate time of birth. That's number one. Number two, what we're actually working with is the technique called secondary progressions, okay? Now, very simply put, secondary progressions means that one day when you click over, or if you have an ephemeris and you're looking into the ephemeris, say you were born on the 17th of May, when you go to the next line, which is 18th of May in your ephemeris, or when you are working with a astrology software program, which is much easier, if I animate the chart, which I just have, okay, this is one of my favorite features of Solarfire. So I've accessed the animation tab, and what that enables me to do is to move the chart in any direction I want, backwards or forwards, in seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, or years, right? So it's a very, very powerful function of solar fire. So just for example, you were born 17th of May. The minute I click over, which takes us into the 18th of May, this has become 1 year as opposed to 1 day, okay? This is the method, the basic premise of secondary progression. So 1 day equals 1 year. Now, those of you that are new to astrology, you won't understand that, and that's fair enough. That's okay. But I'm not here to teach the secondary progress method. That's probably a whole course. But for those of you that are working with secondary progressions or have some idea, then you'll be able to use what I'm sharing with you today. So just take it back to my original chart. So 17th of May, sun is down here, moon is up here. We can see that the moon is it's almost opposite the sun, isn't it? So it's almost a full moon. Let me just check. Just bear with me. Yeah, it's not full moon yet. So this is actually a gibbous phase that we are seeing here. So the person born on this particular day was born with a gibbous moon phase, okay? As each day goes by, that naturally the moon is going to move just like everything else in the chart, and that moon will eventually oppose the sun, right, which will create the full moon. And then it'll leave the full moon, it'll go to the subsequent phase, and so on and so forth. What we want to do is this. There is an understanding that the first secondary progressed new moon after birth, which may occur at any given moment. For instance, in this case, which you will see in a moment because I will demonstrate as I animate the chart, it's going to be quite a few days after birth, meaning quite a few years. But somebody could have been born with the moon, let's just say down here in Aries, for instance, or Taurus, right? So it would only take a couple of days for the moon to reach the sun and become a new moon. So then that would mean that that person's secondary progressed new moon after birth is only a couple of days after their birth, meaning they'd only be about 2 or 3 years old. All right? So hopefully you understand where this is going. Now, the secondary progressed new moon, which creates a whole chart, and we're going to look at that in a moment, the entire chart really speaks to a sub-theme of your life for the next 30 years, okay? Because the secondary progressed new moon, when that occurs, all right, it's going to be active for 30 years because 1 day equals 1 year, all right? 30 years or thereabouts. If you think about that, just think about it from the point of view of the moon. Let's just say we had a new moon today in the heavens. Well, how many days later will it be before we get to the next moon? It'll be about a month, won't it? So it'll be about 30 days. So let's just animate this chart and let's step by day at a time. Remember, 1 day equals 1 year until we get the moon to reach the sun, which will be the secondary progressed new moon, okay? So let's step by 1 day at a time. And you need to count the days because each day equals 1 year. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, so this is not exact, okay? I would have to adjust that by a couple of hours to get it to be at 12. See, the sun is at 12 Gemini and the moon is at 14 Gemini. Regardless, it is a new moon. However, ideally we want to have those degrees exact. But for the purposes of what I'm demonstrating, that's not really very important. What is important is that I've animated this chart and I've taken it forward by 17 days. Now, 17 days equals 17 years. So here we have your secondary progressed new moon and what the chart looks like. Now, the important things to pay attention is this. What sign is the secondary progressed new moon in? In this case, it happens to be in Gemini. We naturally want to know, just in the same way you'd be looking at your natal chart, you are looking at this chart in a very, very similar way. But the interpretation is different from the level of this is a sub-theme chart, which is a very, very long cycle that goes for 30 years. So it's kind of working in the background, if you like, but it's in another way it's not, because it's a 30-year cycle that describes very, very distinctive themes that your life will undergo over the next 30 years. So we can see the new moons in Gemini, and what we would want to assess is, as I said, what sign it's in, what house it's in, and then we would want to look at what aspects does this moon have. So the squares, oppositions, conjunctions, and trines, sextiles as well, quincunx as well, are all going to be very, very important for how this secondary progressed new moon is going to be activated over the next 30 years. The aspects to it are going to describe what this new moon theme means over the next 30 years of your life. So it's a very, very, very important new moon. Now, we can see here that there is a square to Neptune, for instance. A little bit wide, but it's still there. We can see that there is an opposition to Jupiter, a little bit wide, but it's still there. What else can we see? In terms of what I can immediately see, they're the main sort of aspects at the moment. Anyway, that's just an example, right? Obviously, you would look into things a lot further and a lot deeper. The point being, though, that this chart that you see here, if you were born on the 17th of May, 2019, then as you click over day by day, 17 days later in this case, we've arrived at what is called your secondary progressed new moon. This is the chart for it. So this is the chart, as I said, that's going to be a sub-theme for the next 30 years of your life. It's very important to understand this and to be able to delineate it, because we're talking about a 30-year cycle, very long cycle, right? And in amongst everything else that's going on as well. But I have found these charts, this secondary progress chart with the secondary progressed new moon, to be very, very telling in people's lives and what it describes over a 30-year cycle. Now, as I said, this can begin at any point because it really just depends on what phase you were born under, you know, where the sun and moon were when you were born. So you could have been born during a new moon, and if you were, then your next secondary progressed new moon will occur when you're about 30 years old, which will be 30 days later, right? So we all have these secondary progressed new moons, but we experience them at different ages, different junctures in life. And the time that we do experience this secondary progressed new moon is not by accident. It's the soul's intention, right? So it's part of your soul's evolution, and it's specifically chosen by the soul, okay, to experience this secondary progressed new moon and this chart at whatever age it decides to actually experience it in the current life, right? So anyway, that's really what I wanted to share with you guys today, in case you've never heard of this sort of teaching before, these principles, or this chart for that matter. It's very, 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 very powerful. I have seen it in my own life, in very close people around me, and in various readings I've done for different people over the years. So hopefully that's clear. If you have any questions, naturally, please leave them below, or any comments. I'm happy to respond as best as I can to answer your questions. I always try and do that as best as I can. And let me know of whether you are aware of this, whether you have looked into it, or if this is something totally new to you. As I continue to evolve my own courses that I'm going to create for you guys, I will be teaching these sorts of methods from start to finish, right? So these little snippets are just to give some offerings and stir the curiosity, and also get people thinking about things that maybe they've never heard of, or people who are at more advanced levels may not have heard of this either. It just depends. You know, everyone has different knowledge, different levels of understanding. And, you know, astrology has so many different levels, and is so vast. You know, it's infinite, really. And it's astrology is evolving as well, because the planets are evolving. So the cosmos is evolving, you're evolving, everything's evolving. And through this evolutionary process, more is being born, and more is coming to consciousness and to light and understanding. And, you know, that happens on an individual level, it happens on a collective level, and it happens on an evolutionary level, and with the cosmic forces and energies as well. So I hope this little intro was interesting for you and useful. And please feel free to contact me, email me if you would like to have a reading. I do many, many different types of readings. Email me and I'll reply to you with the different types of readings I do and so forth. And thank you so much for tuning in and for taking the time to listen to me. And I hope you are all doing really, really great. It's heading into winter here for us, but it's still not quite cold yet, not too bad. Those of you on the other side are experiencing summer. Lucky you guys. I love summer. It's my favorite part of the year. But anyway, lots of love and blessings, and see you guys very, very soon with some more astrology teachings. Much love. Bye.